He's with
What's up,
another
bro?
homie right now. What's up, man? Come on. That's him, bro. Let me put your full screen on my shit. Hold up.
Oh
Yes,
shit, look,
sir.
I can't
I'm
even do that.
looking at my man's right
The
here.
spotlight. Muy buenas noches, mis pibes. Welcome to the 90 Plus podcast, player spotlight episode number 2. We have today an amazing guest. We've played with Slash Sporting back in the day when we
Say,
were undefeated. But first, let me introduce my co-host Angel Perez in the building, your favorite Sebastian Barbosa, and then our special guest of the day is gonna be Evan Southern. Angel, kick it in.
yes, sir. Well, like you said, y'all, welcome to this very special episode. Like you said, we always interviewing people that we think is unique or people that we think we can bring these high level questions to. So here we're with my man Evan. So go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you is.
Hi, so my name is Evan Southern. I'm 21 years old. I play soccer at James Madison University in Virginia. It's my fourth collegiate season. I've played at three different schools. I played at St. Louis University my freshman year, and then
Blue.
Iowa Western my sophomore and junior year, and James Madison right now for my senior year. So it's been a long ride, but I'm here now.
Hell yeah, and still going, right?
Of course.
Hell yeah. So I know Sebas, I know you had a really good question. I know we talked about
Yeah.
this a bit, Evan, in the dorms back in Iowa, but Sebas wants to know a little bit about your experience over there in England. Why don't you go ahead
Yeah,
and ask about that, bro?
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
So
So, oh, my bad. Yeah, you can ask it. My bad. Go ahead. No, I just want to know. The main thing that I kind of intrigues me is that you've played soccer in the United States, you play soccer in England. I kind of want to know, the changing cultures. If you felt it right off the bat, or you like what difference do you see there that you don't see here, type of thing.
um, yeah, so I mean over there in England, it's more cutthroat. You're either gonna make it or you're not gonna make it. There's
Yeah.
no in between. So I think when I went there and I was playing over there, the people that I was playing with or playing against, just had like a different level of dedication
Mm.
because if they want to make it, they have to try from when they're 14, 15. That's when they're in the academies. That's when they're trying to get their first contract at that age. Here in America, you don't
Yeah.
try contract until college. So, um, I mean, you can just see the different levels of desire at a young age over there, and the passion because they know what they want to do,
Yeah.
uh, soccer or not play at all. And I think that's kind of the biggest difference in culture over there.
Mhm.
Than and it's more physical here than it is soccer.
Oh yeah.
In England, it's like possession. You play like
Mhm.
you're playing footy,
Yeah.
and here it's athleticism and um, then the soccer piece comes in. But it's starting to change now, and it's starting to grow here. So I think in the future it'll be better.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. So
most of.
that's I guess, bro, when you talk about like, I guess you're talking a little bit more about the technical side and like the IQ side of soccer, right? Like with that culture over there, because they're kind of living it. I remember you telling me once this thing though that like you were in there, where were you in? Where were you doing trials over there in England?
Where I was at Pooltown and then Swindon, and then we went to Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't remember where
But you
else.
played against Man City, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to City and I played there. I was there for one day. Um, and I mean, you can see the difference in culture there just because their facilities, like they take it seriously, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot different than here because they have top of the art everything. Like it doesn't matter what it is, they have it, and they're there to help the players grow starting at a young
It's
age.
their
Like
life, bro.
they have residency there for the kids. They have a school there for the kids, so it's school and soccer all in the one place.
Yeah.
Uh, it's
Yeah,
just
like the resources are different. Like I'm pretty sure the youth academy has hydro
yeah,
rooms, like it's that type of thing, like
yeah.
something that you see here at the pro level.
So
Like
what were
the
you doing there, bro?
so
City.
I actually went over on a trip with my academy team,
Okay.
Oakwood, and my dad's from England as well, and my two cousins play at Bournemouth right now, and um, they're in the academy there. So I went over with my team because my dad was like, "This would be a good place for you guys to go." So then my coach and my dad set it up, and we went over, and that's when we played. We played against Pooltown, we played against Swindon, and that's kind of where I kind of got the eyes. And then they reached out, and it just kind of went from there. And I went to Dorchester because my dad's from Dorchester, England, and all my family's from Dorchester. So Dorchester Football Club is a pretty big deal in my family. And we went there and we played the first team. We lost to the first team, and then I thought like I was practicing with them, and it was pretty cool. So um, yeah,
Do
it's
they
So
have
just
what were you doing at Man City, bro? You were playing against
we
it?
yeah no. So we just went there and we did a training day with like Man City and their like
First
staff.
team?
No, it was just their staff came out and like just coached us.
Oh, okay. Did
Yeah,
you
so
ever
that,
play against any of their players?
no, but we did see the first team train.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
How was
and then
that?
we went to the U23 game that night as well.
Damn. How was that? How was
It
seeing
was
the first team train?
that was really cool. I mean, like Phil Foden was playing. That was when he was uh,
coming up?
still in the academy. Yeah, coming up, and it was really cool. I think they even have their own academy stadium. It's like an actual stadium. It's bigger than the
Yeah.
Creighton Stadium. Um, and then it's right across the street from the Etihad. So that's pretty cool too. That you can see that they take it seriously. They each have their own section. U23 versus the first team, and U23 is like you start here, but you're gonna make it across the bridge to the Etihad. It's kind of how they look.
That,
That's
that's
sick.
dope. Like it's kind of like that picture of like I just once I'm here, I just gotta cross that bridge.
Yeah.
And once I cross that bridge, it's kind of like that momentum that all those youth players have been dreaming of, like crossing
Exactly.
that bridge. It's just a
Exactly.
bridge. So I think that's pretty motivational. I think that's super dope that they make it so close because it keeps them motivated. I'm like, bro, it's right there. I just have to
Yeah.
cross this,
Imagine
Yeah.
going to practice every day, seeing
Bro.
that.
One
Yeah.
day I'm gonna take another route to
Their
practice. It's
facility
gonna be
is
to the first
crazy.
team.
They have every single Premier League pitch in their training facility, so they can train on whichever one they're gonna play on that week.
Oh,
Jeez.
that's pretty dope. That's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
That's fucking
Bro,
sick.
so going back to something that you said that you play over there and it's high intensity, is more, you playing footy. Um,
Is he frozen for
what
you, bro?
about what was that?
Is he frozen for you? Is Evan frozen? Oh,
Oh
never
yeah,
mind.
he
There you
froze.
go.
So bro, going back to what you were saying earlier about the intensity when you went there is more like if you make it, you'll make it. That's how much talent is there. I want to talk about one subject that I think that both countries see, United States and England, and is diversity. But obviously, the diversity here is a little different. There's more Latinos, mostly Latinos combined to like Americans. What about there? What do you see a lot of diversity, or is a lot of like English people, same type of football that you see everywhere else?
Yeah, I mean, in England when I was there, it was like the youth program, so their youth side is mostly English. Um, and then when you get to like the bigger clubs like Man City, Bournemouth, like the Premier League clubs or the or not USL, the Championship club there. Um, yeah, so the Championship side's over there as well. Like they'll sign players from out of country, even for the academy, which is
Yeah.
pretty. My roommate now actually at JMU, he played at Barcelona, and when he went to Leeds for U18s. So like that, like those types of clubs, they bring in like foreign players.
But
Yeah.
it's mostly like when they're like at U18, U19.
Yeah, it's when they're older.
Okay.
But still, like they bring them in at a young age from other countries. Like here, it's just college. So like
Yeah.
when we get to college, like my team has a lot of foreigners. When we were at Iowa Western together, we
Yeah.
had a lot of foreigners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of where we bring our foreigners in and versus there. But I think when you're older in England, there's a lot of diversity. Yeah, for sure.
Because going back, I know in Europe, just based on what I've seen, here you're saying that they get it at a college level. That's when they start looking more into like let's bring those diversity. Let's bring Chilenos. There's a big wave of Chilenos here in Omaha now. Let's bring Africans, Europeans type of thing. But I know for a fact in Barcelona, Man City, they got him from like the age of 8, 9, 10 years old, so they
Yeah.
can build them. Like you look at the youth teams, and there are a lot of like Europeans, Asians, Africans, 8, 9 year olds, kids playing in those clubs at that young age. That's kind of one big difference that I see a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're just more advanced when it comes to soccer. I think over there, just because they've done it their whole lives, and it's the main thing.
Yeah.
For Europeans versus here, it's football, and that's just kind of how it is.
Bro, look, I wanna talk to people about kind of like your style of playing, right? Because a lot of people don't know this. I mean, you're D1, you're at the top level of American college soccer, but you have and I've told you this, bro, you have a really different style of playing. And you even like your body, I think for your position and like the goals you can score and the things that you can do on the field doesn't really match up to a lot of people, and they don't know that, bro. So if you can kind of tell people like a high level overview of how you play and how you try to translate who you are in soccer, what is that like, bro?
Yeah, like I mean, my style of play is a little bit different, just because I mean I grew up with my dad and the English side of like mentality.
Uh-huh.
Uh, when it comes to soccer versus here, like I grew up like if you don't make a run, you have no chance of getting there. Like if you don't take the shot, you have no chance of scoring. So like my style of play is just putting myself in the best opportunity where I can take the shot, no matter if it goes in or not, because it gives me a chance. And
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of look at it as in I have to put myself in the best possible situation to get the best possible outcome. So, I mean, I compare myself to Jamie Vardy because, I mean, I'm kind of a
Oh, and
workhorse.
that's a good ass comparison, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty
Honestly.
good.
Yeah, I'd say like Jamie Vardy is probably who I'm most similar to, like, because I'm like I'll work hard and I'll make runs, and that's kind of like my style of play. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty smart when it comes to timing and making the runs. It's
And
just
you
like,
work hard as fuck, bro.
yeah, it's just a matter of who's behind me and who's spraying the ball. Like if it's our 10 and we have a good connection, then I could probably do some damage in a game. And if the center backs don't read it and they step too high, I'm pretty good at pressing as well. So
How firm are you on sticking on that game plan, bro? Even though you're going through different, I mean, at SLU, how much people were watching your game at SLU, bro?
my first ever game was the home opener. Um, we played Notre Dame and we had 7,500
So
people.
how do you stick to that plan that you're talking about? Fucking putting yourself in the opportunities. You say making the runs, having that connection with the 10. How do you stay in that when you're in front of 7,000 people? Is that
Yeah,
something that gets to you?
yeah. I mean, that's kind of a big deal, especially for it being your first ever college game, your first ever game away from like your home, like what you're used
Yeah,
to.
for real.
And there's 7,500 people there watching it. Um, that it's pretty crazy. Like you start off and you're just like nervous. It's just butterflies when you're running on the field, like to start, and you finally make it there and you're like, okay, this is like everything like I've dreamed of, like playing in front of this many people. And then you start to like second guess yourself and you go through this whole like process of like getting yourself out of it.
Mhm.
And
I
after like
respect that.
first, like 5 minutes of the pressure, you kind of sit in this relaxation point where you're just like, okay, it's not going to change anymore. Like you have to be the one to change. And I kind of grabbed that mindset of grinding it out. I mean, I already done
Mhm.
5, but what's 10 more?
Yeah.
So
You're
I mean,
locked in.
yeah,
But
at that
You're
moment,
locked in.
after my first ever game, it was just signing autographs, and that was a moment I was like, wow, like this is real.
yeah, that's sick.
So I do wanna we know your body type, right? I was telling Jojo before this that your position is one of those positions that body types like players have so many different body types. You can be stocky, you can be stocky, or you can be really muscular, or you can be tall. So you kinda
Oh,
are.
Peter Crouch.
Yeah, so pretty crush is super tall, but you're
Peter
more like
Crouch.
a Jamie Vardy
That's
figure.
Evan.
Well, yeah, I actually Peter
Nah,
Crush, but Body is kind of like your height.
yeah,
Peter Crush was,
He's more like Vardy.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Crush wasn't fast, and you're fast. So
Yeah.
your body type. So people that don't know, Evan is Jamie Body. That's why it's so good in
Jamie Vardy,
comparison
yeah.
to Body. But what are the three things that you're like? I have to be good at this because this is how my body is, and this is what I bring to the team. Like, what is the three things that you every practice you're like, I might not be good at freaking holding the ball like with the goal behind me, but
Yeah.
I'm good at these three things,
What are
and
your
that's
strengths,
I'm
bro, that
starting.
you know
Yeah.
you gotta contribute?
Yeah. The three things that I think I focus on most would be number one, if I lose the ball, I have to press straight away and try and win it back within
Boom.
5.
That's
Um, I give myself a 5-second rule, and that like once I lose it, I have to be on that person or going towards the ball within the
yeah.
first seconds. And I think it's mostly about my reaction time. I'd say that's probably my biggest one.
Mm.
Just because I mean, if I lose it and I win it back, then we're closer to goal and everyone's already out of. And then I'd say my second one, another thing I have to do is make runs because it creates space for myself and it creates space for other people on my squad. And I think it's good. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I have to do outside of defensive work would be making runs. And then
What
the
about
third thing,
finish?
the third thing is just finish
Scoring.
when I gotta be clinical.
If you wouldn't have
Okay.
said scoring, bro, I would have been like, maybe not.
Well, because
Gotta be clinical.
come on, you're a top scorer, /40, bro. I love,
Bro,
bro. I was telling Joey, I was like, I love the way that you play because it's kind of like you get the pass and you let it weigh. It's like you have like this slow mo measurements that you let it weigh when the defender engage, and then you tapped it right before
yeah.
the defender, so you cannot beat the defender without actually like
I think
doing
you told
joking
us.
him.
Yeah, we've talked about this after a
Bro,
game.
like you gotta,
Yeah.
yeah,
What is that,
you're
bro?
gonna get injured, bro.
Tell the people what you do when you're go guys, and you guys don't understand what we were playing is essentially a cage where
Yeah.
people are just trying to kill each other if they don't know how to play. So Evan was in there, and like we just told y'all, he's a Vardy. He's playing against the Latino League legends that are starting to feel their egos are starting to get hurt. So they're trying to kill this man, and he had his own method, his own way of doing it, and he kind of explained that to us. Tell us, bro. Tell us what
Yeah.
that was.
I mean, I kind of just was like, well, if they're gonna come at me and foul me, I might as well like try and like get past them. So I always I know they're about to make their first tackle in their step. So when I see their first leg get picked up, that's when I make my touch and I just touch it to either side of them. It doesn't really matter because they're either gonna foul you or you're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
You're gonna be beaten either way. So you're gonna have the ball and set yourself up for a better opportunity that way.
Yeah, and it's like a little peek that you give them. Like you're like, I remember you told us you're like, well, bro, even like my first touch, like I like to kind of deceive them and make them think that oh shit, like the ball's close enough for me
Booty
to
touch, yeah.
like just nick at it or something, and that's where you do your chop, your Ronaldo
Yeah.
chop. I know you love your Ronaldo chop.
Yeah, I do. That's probably my biggest move because no one ever sees it coming because I'm right-footed and they always think I'm gonna end up shooting because they don't want me to put it back or they want me to put it back on my left so they leave it open.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty good at finishing with my left too, so I don't mind that move at all.
So then, how important is that if you were to tell young to finish with your left to be able to?
As
Yeah,
a forward.
if you can finish with both feet, you have a chance. If you can't finish with both, then you're not gonna make it.
Start working on that. Start working
Yeah.
on that.
That's facts though. Like this is the
That's
reason why I
facts.
wanted to do these interviews, because like a lot of times people don't understand like what it takes to, really make it. And people like Evan that are still in the mix, bro, are like, still fucking balls to the wall on this stuff. And so it's easier for Evan to be at the level he's at and look at someone that probably isn't gonna make it and be like, that it's good you love it, but shit, like you need to be able to finish with both feet. And that's kind of the things
Yeah.
that we want to expose to these youngins too, right? It's like what it takes to be at the level that Evan's at. Or
Hey, mi gente, we're back with our time right now. We don't have the upgrade plan. We
that's
haven't
facts,
upgraded
though.
yet.
That's
That is
facts.
actually fact. That's what happened. We we had to make a choice. So we're back. So Evan, you kind of give us a little history of like your career. England, St. Louis, Iowa Western, and then now Madison, James Madison. Um, Throughout those years, you've had coaches, right? Different coaches. Can you tell me what, for you as a player, and maybe that applies to a lot of people, what do you look in a coach? What is a good coach to you?
Yeah. I think a good coach is someone that invests their time into you.
Mhm.
You can kind of tell straight away if a coach is gonna invest time in you throughout the recruiting process. For me, especially, the coaches that I talked to and the schools that I went to invested a lot of time in me, and they wanted what was best for me as a person and on the field. So um, I think that's probably the biggest thing, if they want you to be a better person as well as a better player.
Mhm.
And that's kind of where I look at it. And I mean, all my coaches so far have been exactly that. So I can't complain.
Mhm.
I mean, I've had a pretty good route of coaches. I got to choose where I went with the coaches, but also like it just happened to be good coaches that were reaching out, and they have a strong like base with you.
What about on
Uh,
the field, bro? What makes a good coach on the field? On the field.
yeah, I think a good coach is someone who knows the game. I mean, you have to know the game to be a coach, and you have to know what works. And if you have a winning mentality as a coach, it's a big piece of it too. Because there's different styles of coaching, and you could be hard, you could be light on someone, you could be
Mhm.
different for any person, I guess is the best way. So like to find a coach that knows how to deal with each player individually, because not everybody's the same in coaching either. Like you could be hard on someone, they could be a confidence player, and that can put them down, and they start to play worse. Like
Yeah.
you have to know your players, and um I think
Know
that's
your
probably,
players. That one's
yeah,
sick.
yeah, that's probably the biggest piece. You have to know your players and how to coach them, and you have to be willing to do different things for other people,
Yeah,
um
that's
to help
true.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
that because I agree on that. I think we see it in the pro level where a coach comes in and brings a player like Ten Hag brings Rashford and gives him, I don't know what it is, but it's a different treatment that makes him go crazy mode, right?
Yeah.
So that I do
Well, just like
grant that to
really the
coaches.
word coaching, right? Like that's
Yeah.
for someone to win.
Lead me. Yeah,
Yeah.
lead me
Exactly.
to be better. So now where how's your coach right now? Do you feel that this coach is bringing the best of you? Uh
Yeah, I mean, my coach right now, he's bringing the best of me for sure. I think I mean, I've struggled with school, and his biggest thing is for me is graduate. Like
Hmm.
yeah.
I have to get my degree, and I'm close to getting my degree, and he cares a lot about me being successful in the future. And if I can get my
Exactly.
degree, then I have a backup plan outside of soccer. But also, he has the plan for me to get drafted, and we're sticking to that plan, and hopefully that
Bro,
happens this
if you could close deals, I got you on a backup after all after soccer,
year.
bro.
But yeah, but that's plan A and plan B for a lot of like college soccer players right now. Is
Yeah.
that obviously plan A is to get drafted, but if no, plan B is gonna be your bachelor's and you can go get a job out there. So it's important for those players that are sophomores, freshmen to stick to the plan, and plan A always is gonna be drafted, but if not, Plan B is right around the corner.
Yeah.
I do want to know a little bit more of like, how does a day on Evan's life look like? Like, what do you do right now? How's your day looking like right
But
now?
in college, while you're training. Okay,
In
let's
Yeah.
college,
take
yeah.
the preseason actually.
So on preseason, I was gonna say right now in spring season on Mondays we have 7 a.m. conditioning. So I'm waking up at 6 a.m., 5:50 in the morning, 6. I'm getting ready, and then I'm headed straight to the locker room for 6:15. Get ready, get my mind right for the next 25, 30 minutes, and then the vans take us to the facility. We all get on our bus, and then we head to the facility, and we're there for 7 a.m. conditioning, and that's usually like an hour.
What is
Uh,
that? What do you guys do in conditioning?
yeah, so I mean, we run the beep test, and you have to get like a certain score, or
Holy shit. Every day,
we'll
every Monday?
every Monday, 7 a.m.
Yeesh.
And then, yeah, then we go to classes after that from like 8 to 1 or
Mm.
8 to 12:30. And then 1:15, we're back in the locker room, leaving, getting ready for practice. And practice is 1:30 to 3:30. And then after 3:30, I'm out. I'm back in classes until like 8:30 at night. And then I go home and hang
Knock out.
out and wake up Tuesday, go to class and train again and lift right after training. And yeah, it's a pretty big grind, but it's fun.
But
It's
when
fun,
does this?
right? That's what you love to do.
Yeah, I
That's
think
your life.
my favorite days are Fridays because on every Friday we go same schedule. So it's wake up 6 a.m. You have 7 a.m. lift the whole team, but it's more of like a cardio and lift. So we start out with like a warm up, and then we throw medicine balls, and then we go straight to the weight room after that. And we hit the weight room. It's like we're lifting heavy, and we always have a competition. So it's like we did like a pull up competition. I remember
Bro, I know you not lifting heavy, bro.
2 weeks ago we did a pull up competition. You just had to hang there, and you had to hang there for as long as possible, and whoever had the longest time won. And it's kind of like that. You get a win for that.
Wait,
And then
what position do you get?
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
I got 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Bro,
But you know,
remember when I held
you
the
know,
plank for 6 minutes?
Yeah,
That
but
was
you know that's
crazy.
cheating though. The hanging one is cheating for you because I know there's players in your team that weigh way more than you.
yeah. We players drop at like 2 seconds because their hands are like. I mean, it's different for everybody, and then Fridays we just play, so it's small sided, so it's 4v4 to big goals, and
That's your favorite.
it's just the tournament. It's just small sided. It's just fun. Work hard
Hey,
and
bro,
try.
remember the gauntlet?
But yeah, it's like the gauntlet, just 4v4, and you have your team and you ride the tournament, and at the end of the tournament you get a picture whoever wins and post it on Twitter. So it's pretty cool. If you look last
What's
week,
up?
if you look last week on JMU's Twitter, I won.
Oh, yeah, y'all. Follow JMU Twitter if y'all want to see Evan all up in there. He's a highlight.
Yeah, so that's a big days in my life right there. Mondays and Fridays.
Hell yeah.
When
you
does
got?
season start for James Madison?
Yeah, so our season's in the fall. Our first game will be August 28th, maybe 27th, 28th. We haven't released the schedule yet, but
Okay. What conference do you guys play?
yeah, we play in the Sun Belt, so it's a pretty new conference. So it's Kentucky. They were ranked number 1 the whole time last year. They were ranked number 1.
They're good.
They were the only undefeated team going to the tournament. And then so it's them, Marshall, who were ranked 5th in the country all year. Kentucky, Marshall, UCF just joined, University of Central. That's another good school. Georgia State's in it, top 50 every year.
Is Carlos in the same?
No, he is not. No, he's not in our conference. And then Georgia Southern. We have who else? Oh, Coastal Carolina.
Oh,
They're pretty good.
they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Like 2 years ago, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Old Dominion's in our conference as well.
Never.
Sheesh.
We have a
So with that, what is the expectation for your team? Like, what is the first? Obviously, the goal will be winning it, right? But
Our
Are you
expectation,
guys supposed to be winning it, or you guys are kind of like the upcoming underdog into the conference, looking at the teams that you just mentioned?
yeah. So last year we were ranked 5th going into the season. Like they like expected us to be 5th in the conference.
Yeah.
And we had a really, really bad start to our year. So we ended up being seed number 7 going into the conference tournament.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and we played Marshall, who was number 2 in the conference at the time, number 5 in the country, and we beat Marshall first round of the tournament, 1-0 at their home field. And then semifinals of the tournament, we played Georgia State. We beat them 5-0 in the semifinals of the conference tournament. Then we made it to the conference finals, and it was at Kentucky, and Kentucky was the only undefeated team in the country at the time. They were ranked number 1, and we went to their field for the conference finals, and we got scored on 5 minutes in. The center back hit a volley outside the 18, just left foot, weak foot, top bins, just like once in a lifetime finish for them. And yeah, we went down 1-0, and we the second half, and it was a really good game. We were playing so well, and I got brought down and should have been a pen. They had VAR that they didn't check it.
Bro, he's always
Oh,
saying
they
it
have
should have
VAR?
been a 10, bro.
They
Yeah,
have VAR?
they didn't check it.
What?
And then game went on, still down 1-0, and then one of our kids got fouled, and they checked VAR, and their number 9 got a red card. So they were playing with 10 men.
Jeez.
And I took a shot with 11 seconds left, cleared off the line, and we lost.
Oh,
1-0?
heartbreaking.
2-0 because they scored on the counter.
Damn.
Yeah.
You were sad?
Yeah.
But I'm
It
pretty
was
sure going over there was a whole different, like you probably walked into like, you know, like a mash pit type of thing, you know, like
yeah,
they
they had
were
a lot of it was pretty cool. Their stadium is very nice. Their grass is amazing. Yeah,
You
their
said
facility.
y'all won the first game 4-0?
We
No,
won.
what
We beat Marshall 1-0.
Oh,
Then we went to the semifinals and beat Georgia State 5-0.
holy smokes.
Yeah, I scored 1 and had 2 assists.
My bad, y'all.
that's awesome, bro. So based on that, no, it doesn't seem like you're the like James Madison is not the underdog anymore. You know, like they probably were last year, but now they made a statement.
Yeah, we kind of made a statement in the tournament, and we were one team away from making the NCAA tournament, and our goal is to obviously make the NCAA tournament every single year, and I think we're gonna do it this year. I think we're gonna do it, and hopefully we go on a run, and hopefully I win another national championship.
Sheesh.
Another
Wait,
national championship?
Yeah,
Oh, where'd
which
you
was
win
the
your
first
first one?
one?
I won my first one at Iowa Western.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I
Yeah,
forgot about that. Yeah, you're a fucking champ, bro.
You're a national champ. Damn, that's crazy that they have bar though. Damn, that's professional as fuck.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Why
I'm
did
gonna
why did they say they didn't? Why didn't they check it, bro?
Why didn't they check VAR? They
Yeah.
said check VAR for penalties. They only check it for red cards.
what?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's dumb. The shoes checking for
Then
penalties
that's
and red
a
cards.
that's a game deciding situation right there.
Yeah. I agree.
So
That's crazy.
so I'm pretty sure you guys lost some players from last season. Is this team as good as last season or better? Or a little worse?
We'll see when our new guys come in the fall. When they come for preseason in August, we'll see then. But I think we'll be pretty good this year with some of the recruits we have coming, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention their names or anything, but we have some good players coming. We have some big names coming in, and hopefully we just make a statement again and start off strong this.
That's
Hell
awesome, bro.
yeah.
I know for a fact you guys gonna do good, because if you guys made it that far last year,
Y'all got a point to prove that y'all deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much goals do you want to score, bro?
Next season, how many do I want to score?
Yeah.
If I score 9 or 10, I'll be happy.
You'll be happy.
If I score 11 to 14, then I'll be like, okay, this is good. And then if I score over 15, then I'll be like, yeah, I'm going somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that's a
So
good segue into my next question, bro. What are your plans? What do you got going on after this?
yeah, so I mean, all winter I was on trial at a
Oh
bunch
yeah?
of different places. I got offered a contract in Detroit, and I turned it down just because I thought I could get drafted potentially. So I turned it down and decided to finish my degree for another semester and hopefully to get drafted. And if not, then I go back on trial to USL clubs and hopefully get picked up there after.
Yeah, and at your level, bro, I think USL is that I think that's cake for you, bro.
Yeah.
I think you can do that. I think you got that. I think you got the what it takes to get drafted, bro. Being that, would you go like super draft or would you?
MLS Super Draft.
Is that yeah? What is that one where they play against each other, the combine or something?
Yeah,
Isn't
it depends on how many goals I score to get invited to combine. So
oh, is the combine like the
yeah,
best? Or,
they pick the 44 best players they think and they bring them all into one spot so all the coaches can watch.
oh, that's sick.
That's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Oh yeah. Well, you
So
got something for me?
so this is the season for you, right? This is the season
Yeah.
that you gotta go
Yeah.
crazy more. Which is the one that matters the most? Is your last year, and then how many you said 15 goal is kind of the goal, and then
Yeah,
after that,
15 would be more than I could be happy for, and I just need to hit 10.
okay.
Just I need to hit 10.
I'm gonna be checking up on you, bro. Actually, I'm gonna be following JMU.
If I can hit 10 goals, and I'll be very very happy. I played Georgia State
Oh, for
at
real?
in Atlanta. I get to come there.
When?
Probably September or October.
Oh, yes, sir. You gotta hit me up. You gotta let me know. So
Yeah.
hey, y'all, follow JMU, follow Evan, so y'all can
Yes,
keep him
sir.
accountable and see if he's scoring 10 goals
Yeah.
this season. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
my boy Evan. So just to finish it off, I want you to tell people where they can find you. What is the social media
yeah,
you use most, so they can follow your career path, and leave us with
other
the
places that they can follow
yeah.
you, like they can see stuff of you, like
Yeah.
definitely you.
Yeah. So my Instagram is Evan EVAN underscore Southern, like Northern but Southern 77. And I probably use Instagram the most.
Okay.
My Twitter's the same name. My Snapchat's the same name. Everything's the same.
But what about JMU?
Yeah, so JMU, you can look up JMU Men's Soccer and on Instagram, and that'll pop up. Same on Twitter, JMU Men's Soccer.
Okay.
And we post a lot on there, a lot on the Twitter.
Okay, so more on the Twitter side for JMU, more on the Instagram for Evan. So,
Yeah.
all
That
right,
is
y'all.
awesome, bro. So I'm glad that we brought you in, just because I think that you're one of the few players that we know that have had the experience of playing in another country at a different level, playing here, and then now you're kind of going up the ladder. So I really hope that you do great this season. This is the season that you're gonna kill it, and then we either see you. Well, I know either you have a lot of options: MLS or Championship or USL. And if you go USL route, come to Union of Omaha.
Hey,
I almost
bro.
supposed to be on trial there back in January, but I got really sick, so I couldn't make it.
Oh shoot, yeah,
Shoot.
that's good. That's another episode, bro. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
tell us about that shit.
'Cause we
But
need
bro,
you
for
here,
me,
bro.
bro, good to see you, my man. You know we haven't caught up
Yeah,
in a
you
long
too.
time. You know you, my man, bro. You know we go way back. Yeah, thanks for hopping on, bro. Thanks for taking
Yeah,
this call.
thank you guys for having me.